Blog Talk Radio.
Hey everybody, we are live on air. Let's talk with Blog Talk Radio. I'm your host Melissa, and I've got Maria Ayres with me today. I am sure that many of you have seen Shara Mitchell's exclusive that she did last night. This is probably one of the worst things that I have ever seen one person do to another, because it was Jamie's kids that are on the line and not Shara's. You know, she totally blew Jamie's case, and solely for the purpose, in my opinion, to get herself in the limelight. And I'm terribly upset over this. I've been on the phone all morning, and I have talked to the Hendricks County Jail, and I want to say this, okay? Jamie is going before the judge right now at 1 o'clock, and it is for a Class A misdemeanor. There is no felony. She is not going before the judge over any felony. It is a Class A misdemeanor.
And let me just explain a little something about, Sarah Michelle made a big stink about there not being a bond. Let me explain a little something. This is normal. When you have an order of protection and there's a violation of that order of protection, there is no bond. The only way that you can get a bond is you have to go in front of the judge, and then the judge may give the bond with additional conditions. So this is normal procedure. This is nothing, no major big deal. I think pretty much every state has this. Any domestic situation, any domestic violence case or protection order, when there's a violation, this is typical, normal procedure. It's to impress upon the offender additional conditions. This is what we're expecting from you. If you can't, this is what's going to happen. The whole 9 yards, because domestic situations become deadly. So they treat everybody the same. So Sarah Michelle making a big stink about the bond as if this was some major issue. It wasn't. Jamie is being treated just as if everybody else, just like anybody else that is being charged with violating an order of protection or protection order, however you want to call it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, that's fine. And I was going to get into her telling everybody that the arrest had went from a misdemeanor to a felony. No, it did not. Now, if you go back to what she played on her exclusive of Jamie being arrested, you can plainly hear the cops say, well, they don't know if it's a felony or if it was a misdemeanor. I mean, they're reading off the papers, and they don't, they're not lawyers. They don't know. But we had already pulled the numbers on the charge, the original charge, and her attorney also had pulled those numbers. It was never a felony. It's always been a misdemeanor. And, things were going good with the case. I have worked with Jamie on getting the appeals done. Those were done on Monday. And, Shara is hollering, oh, Jamie needs a lawyer, Jamie needs a lawyer. Jamie actually has, 2 lawyers in this case. And, and I think maybe Shara was trying to stress to everybody she's going to need a criminal lawyer, for this, because she was totally convinced she was, having a felony charge put on her. But that's not what it was at all. And here's what upsets me about the whole entire thing.
Jamie will be appointed an attorney.
Right. She has 2 court-appointed attorneys. One she was given through the case with the CPS case, and the other one for the appeals. And they were able to file Monday, and I've helped her walk through all that and get things together, whatever. And things were going pretty good. Shar said last night, Jamie's not getting her kids back. Well, the fact is, she does have a case plan. I don't know where Shar comes off with this stuff. Maybe it's not working out the way that she's thinking or whatever. But the facts are facts. Jamie does have a case plan, and the judge did order reunification. But she's had visits with her kids, and we were working with the attorney. I had spoke with Jamie about trying to get one of the attorneys to see about recalling the warrant, if possible, and get it recalled to a civil summons rather than an actual arrest. But, the rules in her state obviously are different than what they are in mine. In my state, for a misdemeanor, they do not issue a warrant. You are given a criminal summons to appear in court. Shara has been, I know she's friends with Jamie. And here's the thing of it. When Jamie's case started, there were some things that went on with the police and CPS. And Shar immediately went after the police department. Now, as an advocate, I will say this. I would have never have done that. And I did not come into Jamie's case until actually she went for a couple of weeks until she went to the fact-finding hearing. But Shar had went after the police and got all these different things, And here's the thing of it. That's good and wonderful, but I would never have done that or advised for that to happen because you don't want to risk the children. Parents need to work their case plans, try to get their kids back. And whenever you have an argument about what happens with the police or CPS, that kind of comes later, in the form of civil suits or whatever. It could be handled later.
Right. That's what we always.
And so you don't want to put the children in any kind of danger. Shar has been, and I'm going to say this, we have told her, do not do this. Do not go out and leak all this and tell all this. And, I personally have tried to talk to her on the phone. Shar, don't do that. You cannot bring a story out right now. That's for later. We've told her the importance of this stuff. And she's just all out for herself, buddy. She wants that story out, and she wants her name out there for doing it. Well, she got it last night. She got you a little bit of fame. But when you did that, Shar, you lost Jamie's kids. And let me tell you how you did it. Okay? Everybody, including some star trolls, were telling you, shut it down, turn it off, don't do this, Shar. I mean, there's over 1,600 comments that I read last night. And, even they were trying to tell her, don't do this, don't do this. And she just continued out with it. And here's the thing, whenever you play a video of a mother being arrested, and I have tried to tell everybody, lay off of Jamie, she's having a hard time. Well, y'all got to hear that last night, okay? But guess what? Now that tape can be played in court, Shara, against Jamie, because she was that upset over being arrested. So thank you very much. That's just something else we got to deal with. But, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I don't know that I can continue on helping Jamie in this case when I've got a reporter over here that wants to put herself in the limelight and don't give a shit about the case or about the children. I don't know if I can fix this or help Jamie fix this. You went way too far, and you're exclusive, okay? And I am really I am so mad, and because I have worked a lot of hours on this, whole lot of hours, and Jamie knows that, and Shara knows that.
Let me ask you this: how did Shara get the video or the audio? Well, I don't know what it was.
That's just
I didn't see the
she went under her.
I jumped on after.
Okay, she got all this because she went under the open records law, and dug into it that way with the police department. And she's been hounding them. And in the meantime, they're muscling back up against Jamie. I mean, Shara's playing tug of war on one end, and the state's on the other, and what's in the middle here is, the kids. And
let me ask you,
because what she was doing could have been gotten later. The attorneys, safeguard the kids, get the kids first, and then go after your grievances after that is done. And this is the whole reason that Randy and I and a whole bunch of other people, we've always said don't put your case online. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. So
what it comes down to, when anybody's got a case, yes, there's going to be violations. CPS workers are going to do things they shouldn't do. You keep a record of it, but you keep it quiet because there's a time and a place for everything. But when your kids are in limbo or in care or whatever, here's the key thing, and this is what I said to a mom one time. What's more important right now, today, your children or your rights?
That's right.
She's like, well, my kids have rights. And I'm like, I understand that. But if you're over here fighting for your rights, you're not fighting for your kids. So when your kids are being adopted, then you think you have a case with your rights? Fight for your kids and get them home. Then deal with your rights later. In my opinion, I think this is interference with child custody, what Shara has done. I mean, she can act under the Freedom Public Press and all that, whatever she wants. But it directly any good reporter would know.
And as a friend, she should have never have done that. And I have told her, do not release that information. She was given names of the detectives last night, because there's other things that's going on in that case. Okay?
Right.
And because she opened up the can of worms is out and the fight is on. And I told Shara, don't let that out. But here's what happened yesterday. I'm Jamie's advocate, okay? And when she went to jail, Shara should have called me and let me know. I didn't know. Nobody told me. And I could have told Shara, again, don't release any information. Don't do this. Don't do that. I would have told her. And I believe that's the reason that she didn't call me and tell me that Jamie had been arrested, is because Shara would have known. I would have said, no, you're not coming out with this case against the cops and all the other things that are happening on the other end of the stick, on Jamie's case. I would have never have approved that. And, here's another thing. In the recordings that Shara has, I never heard Jamie say, oh, do a live, go live, Shara, tell the whole world. I didn't hear that out of Jamie. Did you? I didn't
hear the recording at all, so I don't know. I didn't see the live until she was trying to reach down.
She's loud and proud, and it's a real crying shame for Jamie's kids' case. I'll tell you that, and I'm very upset.
Well, I mean, it's obvious when you look at Sarah Michelle. I mean, all these cases that she takes on, it seems to be that she's exploiting to get her name out there. Oh, I'm writing a song for this child. I'm writing a song for that child. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. What are you doing? You're making a mess of people's cases.
Exactly.
You're showing their hand. You're showing your hand when you shouldn't.
Now, I'll tell you what good it done. She armed him.
Do what? Hang on, everybody. This is my husband. Do what?
I said, I'll tell you what she's done. She armed the enemy.
She armed the enemy. You're exactly right. My husband knows how hard I've worked on this case, too. And,
the other thing is she's putting out a call for help, but are you a reporter or are you trying to help Jamie? She needs to make up her mind. You can't do both.
Well, exactly. And that's what I'm telling Jamie today. When she gets out, if I'm going to continue on as her advocate, Shara's got to go. She's got to pick between me or her, because I can't work like this under these circumstances. I can't. Shara's a loose cannon. She can't keep nothing to herself. She wants the internet fame and this, that, and the other. And it's a totally entire goal that she has, apparently. And we're not on the same board.
she's looking for that much attention, she needs to get her a job at the strip club.
What?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I thought he said something about a strip club. Oh my
I don't
God.
even know what he said, but and
well, it says a lot when you've got Jamie's TMA clan begging her to stop, that this is not going to help Jamie. Stop. And don't talk to Ken. Stop. Oh, it's just a bunch of trolls. Well, first of all, I'm not a troll. And there's a reason why. I mean, she's like, I don't even know who you are, Ken. I don't know who you are. But yet the people who are begging her to not talk to Ken, they're trolls. They know about Ken. She doesn't. But somehow or another, they're trolls. And she ignores everybody. She never listens to anyone. I don't understand why Jamie tolerates her.
Oh, I don't know either. Hang on, my husband just walked back in. What? They just asked. What'd you say about the strip club?
I said if she's looking for that kind of attention, she needs to go get her a job at the strip club.
She can be. Oh, well, you know what? She can be. What is it? The picture she got floating around? A Snow White.
I don't know. I don't know. But I'm very upset with what she's done, and she was asked not to do this specifically by me, and Jamie wasn't too happy that Shara's been wanting to release all this stuff either,
Is she ignoring Jamie when Jamie tells her not to do stuff?
Pretty much. But, Jamie's
That's
been
not
really
acceptable.
nice because they've been friends for a long time.
Friends don't do
Yeah, but
friends
Jamie has to start thinking along the lines of what. No. But Jamie has to start thinking along the lines of having people around her that are going to do what's in the best interest of her children. Not what's in the best interest of Jamie. What's in the best interest of her children.
Yeah, that's right.
Because
that's
Jamie, we've all known that at times Jamie's a train wreck. Jamie needs guidance and support to get her children back. Not somebody who's going to exploit her and her children.
And every time we move forward, it seems like Shara's moving us back. It's just like Jamie got on there and she was asking some things to a lawyer or whatever, and she made some comments about her case, and Jamie shouldn't have done that. But Shara didn't have to put it on her page for everybody to find either, did she?
Right.
That was pretty wrong right there in itself also. So, here's the thing of it, Shara said a lot of things last night. She just really had no business. She could have called me. She could have told me Jamie had been arrested, and I would have told her. Of
all people, I think you'd be the one.
And she
the
can't
one
say
person that would be able
time.
to provide help for her.
She cannot say that she didn't have time to call me because she edited that tape last night before she played it. So she could have called me, and I was available yesterday. I was home. I could have answered the phone. I particularly wasn't online, but I was at my home, and she has my number.
Right.
Yeah, she could have called me, but you know what? I'm telling you, in my opinion, she knew that I was going to tell her, don't you dare, girl. Don't you dare put that out there. And I'm pretty upset because of the damage that's been done. And, of course, as an advocate, how do we fix this? Well, that's going to be really hard, thanks to her for doing this to her friend.
Well, I'm worried that I worry that the jail was phone bombed. There was talk of that last night. I don't know if it happened. I know that Ken guy was telling everybody to call, and that's not something I would advise either. That's going to alienate Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
That totally, and what is she doing? Oh, here she is. She's over here. This is the number. What are you doing? You're setting her up. You're not serving her best interest. And you're talking to a complete stranger, trusting someone you don't even know, you've never vetted. And even Manda Marie put on there, He's part of the crew that ripped me off $600. And she ignored that. And my understanding is I thought, come on, common sense. Use it. Ken Scott is the worst of the worst.
One of the people that she put on there was this Brenda whoever, okay? And she was some kind of computer forensic scientist or code breaker, I don't know.
Right.
And she's trying to say because of the electronic email that went out that they would heighten that to a felony. She said, but I don't know the laws in that state. Well, again, that's where everybody makes all these assumptions. And I'm telling you, whenever I called down at the jail this morning and I talked with the lady and she was very nice, I told her who I was and why I was calling and that I was Jamie's advocate. And there was a lot of confusion whether she had another charge, if it was a felony or a misdemeanor. I told her I only knew of her having a misdemeanor because I had checked the code numbers. Her attorney had checked the code numbers. We knew that it was a misdemeanor. So I asked her.
Right. She would, in order for it to have been a felony,
what is she being brought up for? And I asked her, is that a misdemeanor or a felony? And she said, misdemeanor. So, Shar, when you're doing your investigative work and you talk to people, ask them a little more questions, I guess, because that was pretty easy to find out. Jamie's going at 1 o'clock today in front of the judge on a Class A misdemeanor, not a felony. And her charges were not heightened like the other lady had suggested last night also. So you got your,
right.
you got
and when I looked at the statute,
you got your exclusive, and when you did that, we're in all kinds of hot water over here with Jamie's case now. Thank you very much. I don't appreciate it. Not one little bit.
Right. And to get everybody in a frenzy calling it, I think she did it on purpose because she said she spoke to the police and she was shell shocked. So that means that either, she
and I know
made it bigger than
Jamie
what
was
it
very
was.
surprised with them being at her home to arrest her because she was very hopeful that her attorneys could get a civil summons. And, there are some things that Shar said last night about sickness, this, that, and the other, and that is occurring, And so she wasn't able to turn herself in whenever I had suggested, and I had advised for her to just turn herself in. They wouldn't let her do that at that time. She did tell them what was going on with her, and they, didn't do it. Didn't want her to come in or turn herself in at that time. And I think you guys can read between the lines what I'm trying to say. But anyway, so then after that, I had talked to her about speaking with her attorney and trying to get the warrant actually recalled and a civil summons done. So I think, it was pretty shocking for Jamie that, the police did show up and, it's happening now, today.
Right,
So,
when she was under the impression that her attorney was negotiating with
yes,
getting this to be a civil summons.
Yes.
Right. And that's understandable. If her attorney said, don't worry, we got this or something, who knows?
Or they were trying to do something or work. Yeah, exactly.
Right. She was probably in the back of her mind thinking her attorney's got it all taken care of and she don't have anything to worry about. She'll get summoned, she'll go to court, she'll do her thing, whatever. But still, Sarah Michelle's got to learn to, Shara, I don't know what the hell her name is. She's got to learn, like I said, she has to choose. Is she Jamie's friend or is she going to be a reporter? Because she was saying last night, Jamie said, get this out there. I don't know what Jamie said or didn't say.
Well, I'll tell you what, I can prove if Shar wants to play, if she wants to go to bat with me, Shar's had some of this stuff. Okay, if you're going to go get it and say, oh, well, I'm helping you, Jamie, I'm going to go get these records, at the, with the cops, this, that, and the other, and it's going to help your case, right? But then, your court day rolls around, the first one rolls around, and Shar didn't give that stuff to Jamie. And then whenever I got involved into the picture, I'm like, well, we need to get what Shar has got over to your attorney, Jamie. And guess what? We kept asking Shar for it, and she wouldn't give it. And I finally put my foot down, and I told Jamie, I got screenshots, okay? I told Jamie, you need to start demanding this stuff, because if she's going to help you, we need that stuff now, not later. Okay? What good is it being collected if it's not going to be handed over to your attorney that can do something about it or pull some kind of weight in court with your case?
Right.
But guess
what?
Let
me ask you,
the recording sit on it, and for her story. So that's what I'm saying.
Instead
she
of
did this
giving it to the attorney. Oh, wow. Wow.
That's recently, after the fact-finding hearing and the other hearing, the third hearing, she just now handed that stuff over to me and Jamie. Just now.
What?
Like
just now.
I'm not kidding you. And that's why I'm so upset with her. And then she's like, oh, the story. Well, she's already held it up where it could have pulled some weight in court to help Jamie with her case. But, that part's over. We're into the appeals process now.
I wonder if her goal is let's make this story worse, make it worse for Jamie to drag out the story so she has an ongoing story, just like she did Lee Kenworthy. Now, she's jumping on Arlena Wills and now trying to tell her story, I mean,
she
what
said
is
last
it?
night, it was going to go viral, that this was going to go viral,
Well, of course.
And it didn't. It just got enough attention to destroy Jamie's case.
The audio she played last night, she got that from the police?
The audio of the arrest.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, where did she get that?
Okay, the audio of the arrest that she got from where Jamie was being arrested yesterday is she was on the phone with Jamie. Okay,
so
but
she was recording that.
To the records that reflect back at the beginning of the case when there were some problems
No, just what she had yesterday.
Yeah, she was on the phone with Jamie and she recorded it.
So she didn't bother to submit that to Jamie's attorney.
And the cops, listen to this, folks. The cops was trying to tell Shar and everybody else there, if you go back and listen to it, the judge is hearing cases right now. If we hurry up and get her down to the jail and get her booked, it's possible she could get out today. But Shar is holding it up and be good to her, do this, do that. What's your badge number? Well, that's clearly holding them up. Jamie knew she was going to have to go. So that's holding them up. So, of course, she didn't make it down there in time to be booked and go before the judge yesterday like the cops were trying to do. No, she got detained overnight. Shar and her questions, her being, the investigator here on the phone with the cops, like, they're going to do something bad and terrible to her. Jamie knew she was going to have to go to jail if she couldn't get this thing recalled and a criminal summons put out.
Well, here's the other question. Here's the other question. It didn't dawn on her to submit that audio to Jamie's attorney to see whether or not it should be released to the public? To make sure it wouldn't damage Jamie?
And you know what? That's what I'm trying to say, too. I'm another line of defense for Jamie. I'm her advocate. Shar should have called me. We've been, working this together, trying to help Jamie. Is, what Shar claims, but I was kind of like thinking the stuff that Shar's doing is not really helping Jamie. She's wanting to hold back, and this is her big story. This is her exclusive. Come on.
Right. God.
Oh.
And then she recruits idiots who are notorious frauds and fakes and sovereign citizens. All Jamie needs is a bunch of sovereign citizens making threats to the jail over, about birth certificates and, Ken Scott. We had him on Randy's show when we outed him, and it was the worst of the worst,
Yeah.
We even exposed that he quotes case law and everything, and it's flawed, it's misrepresented. They take pieces from one law and put it over here in this case. I mean, it's all twisted, and none of it is real. But she went and talked to this guy and ignored everybody else.
On this live, that Ken guy was telling Shara that, hey, him and her will go live on this thing with Jamie's case. So they're not done destroying it. They plan on, this is a story and we're going to tell it and people are going to listen to us. And the whole time they're doing that, they're destroying Jamie's case. So,
she doesn't even know who Ken is.
Work under
they're
these
going to
conditions.
go live.
Jamie's going to have to pick. Because
he brings up he was like, he brings up Chris Hallett. E-Clause, the dude's got clients kidnapping their kids. Because he's such a screw up. He's a sovereign or whatever he is. These mothers, they're making such a mess of these mothers' cases that these mothers are going around kidnapping their kids. And let's not talk, and then you got Lotus Justice who had to stand off at her house with tear gas and a gas mask. I mean, come on. I mean, when you look at the people that are surrounded, Ken and all them, you got David, Jose, Fran, Chris Hallett, Pendergrass, all these sovereign citizens that railroad Arlena right to where she is today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Arlena could have done well, but because she listened to all of these idiots, and Jamie knows who these people are, Jamie walked away from them.
She did. She really did. And Shar's inviting them right back in.
She regretted. She got called out. She got called out on Jay's show about giving Arlena the affidavit and convincing her to use it.
Yeah.
And then Jamie regretted it, and she walked away from it.
Yes, she did.
She walked away from all that. And Shara Michelle's trying to put it now. Now all these lunatics are going to mess with Jamie after she walked away. And it took a lot for Jamie to walk away. I'm not Jamie's fan. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not her friend. But I'll be damned if I can't stand to see people screw other people's lives up. I can't stand it. I railed on Jamie for that, and I will rail on anybody. If Jamie wants to make a mess for herself, that's on her. But she don't need any help.
Well, that's just it, Maria. Jamie's in jail, and that tape that Shar played, I didn't hear Jamie saying, "Go live, Shar, go live." I didn't hear any of that, or tell I didn't hear her give her any kind of permission, none at all to do what she did last night. And it's just a fiasco. That exclusive was a fiasco, and it's a sad thing. For Jamie and her children, because, the kids, they want to come home. I mean, they do. And it's just senseless.
Apparently.
It's senseless. And when you're trying to help somebody, like I have with Jamie, and I have went way out of my way, trying to help, and it's because I care about what happens to those kids.
Melissa, can you check to see if the show is still running? I just got a message saying the show quit.
Oh, well, I'm still recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you can still play.
Yeah, I've got like 90 minutes left for recording. Yeah. So, anyway, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, they're saying nobody can hear.
They can hear?
Yep. No, they can't hear anything.
They can't hear anything?
No, no one can hear.
Oh, my. Okay. You want me to end this and then we'll just continue back?
What do you think? Or do you want to... I mean, we pretty much railed against her. I mean, is there anything more we need to say?
Yeah. No, we can go ahead and end it.
I would
Maybe
just
it'll
go
catch
ahead
us
and
on replay, but I'm upset. I can't be helping somebody else in a case and trying to help a mom get their children back, and then working with somebody like Shar that wants to release all this information and go after the cops for what they've done or whatever. And that when you do that, that directly involves the children's cases and mom's case. Okay. And I can't do that. So Jamie's going to have to choose. She's just going to have to choose because I just can't work under these conditions like this. And we were doing good. I mean, we got everything that we needed to get done. We knew that this was coming up. And apparently the attorneys were not able to do anything with it before the warrant was executed, So here we are. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end it, and hopefully this will play on replay.
If it doesn't work on replay, call me and let me know, and we'll do it again.
Okay. All right.
All right, sweetie. All right.
Thanks,
bye.
sweetie. Bye-bye.
You're welcome, hon.